Good morning, pre-Ks. Happy Monday. I hope you did your Jeopardy. Now it's time for our workbook. This is the workbook for the first week in April. Ooh, those April showers is what it's all about today. The first page gives you 3 lines again. We're working on your first name, your middle name, and your last name. We all have one. Be careful to watch for the airplane, the sky, the grass, and the worm line down at the bottom. When I start my first name, Kathy, I'm going to start at the sky and go down to the grass real fast. I'm going to start at the airplane, kick up, and kick down, because my first letter of my name is always the capital letter. Then I'm going to use lowercase for the rest of my name, but not all the lowercase letters are under the airplane. Some go sky to grass. Let's see. The next letter in my name is an A. It's lowercase, circle with a line under that airplane. Now I have a T. So that T, even though it's lowercase, starts at the sky and goes down to the grass real fast. Cross it at the airplane. My next letter is an H. That's sky to grass too. And I have a rainbow down to the grass. And my last letter of my name, I'm lucky because I get to go to the worm. So I start at the airplane, down through the grass, right to the worm line. Start at the airplane and down to the grass. It looks like a V with a tail. That's my first name. My middle name is Susan. I only ever heard that when I was growing up, Kathleen Susan, when I was in trouble. But that's my middle name, and I'm going to start at the sky and snake to the left, snake to the right, snake to the left, sitting on that grass real fast. The next letter, U, is under the airplane, under the airplane, under the airplane it must go. My next letter is an S. That's under the airplane as well. The next letter is an A, under the airplane again, and an N under the airplane. Oh, I'm very lucky with my middle name because all the letters after the uppercase S are under the airplane. Maybe you're lucky too. Or maybe you have some that go sky to grass or down to the worm, like me. My last name is Deneen, so I'm going to start with an uppercase D. I like the D. Down to the grass real fast and a half a circle around to the bottom. Now I have a lowercase I. Oh, I like making the dot. Remember, those kindergarten teachers don't like a heart here or a big circle. We're going to use a little dot. Lowercase N. Oh, and I have 2 E's in my last name, and we know E's the hardest letter to make. I'm going to start between the airplane and the grass, go over, touch that airplane, down to the grass with a curve. In between, over, touch that airplane, go down and touch the grass. 2 E's. I'm not so lucky in my last name. And then a lowercase n. My first name, my middle name, and my last name. I'm going to wait till you finish all of those words too, and then come on back. Page 2 we're not going to look at today because you've already worked on page 1. But when you're working on other days with your book, you can go to page 2 because this has little tiny sky, airplane, grass, and worm lines getting smaller and smaller, just like you'll see in kindergarten. Our first page today is all about that water. We're talking about water all week long. And there's some ducks in the water. Now we're going to find 8 butterflies. 8 butterflies. And then we're going to find 8 little ducks. 8 little ducks. Now, in order to see them better, you might want to use 2 different color crayons. If you circle them all in pencil, it might be hard for Mom and Dad to check it. So I would use maybe a pencil to circle the butterflies. Then Mom and Dad can see the pencil mark, or pick a different color crayon. And then use a crayon or a different color, I'm picking green today, to circle the ducks. 2 different colors, or a pencil and a pen, or a pencil and a marker. That way Mom and Dad can check it for you that you find 8 butterflies, and 8 different ducks. Get busy circling those things that live in the water and around the water, and then come on back. Page 3 is all about those numbers. We've been practicing the numbers since January. They're so much harder to make than the letters, right? So now we're putting them in smaller compartments. We're going to get that number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a little tiny box. Can you do it? Yes, you can. So take your pencil, look at the 1 dot, look at the number 1, then drag that pencil down for a straight number 1. And then you practice. Number 2, start at the top and curve down around the railroad track to make that number 2. Around the tree and around the tree makes the number 3. Down and over, then down some more, makes the number 4. You go practice, see if you can get it in that tiny little box. I bet you can. And I'll be right back. Page number 4 is all about things that live in the water as well. Here's lots of things down here by the water. That's their habitat where they live. Oh, here's some things that live in a tree. And here's some things that live in a flower. All right, so go to the flower. We're going to draw straight lines to where they live. So take your pencil and drag a line from the birds to the trees, from the little hummingbird to the flower, and from the birds that like the water to that pond. Get busy and draw some lines, and then come right back. And the last page for today has a few more numbers on it to practice. Those numbers are very tricky, so we want you to keep practicing at home. Around the tree and around the tree makes the number 3. Down and over and down some more makes the number 4. Down with a belly and a hat on its head makes the number 5. Circle down and pick up sticks makes the number 6. Have some fun working on those numbers today. See if you can get them right in the box. And we'll be doing more of our book tomorrow on Tuesday. Get ready for music and then academics.